today we're going to be talking about Doctors Appreciation Day, and today, the 3rd of July, is actually the Doctors Appreciation Day all around the world. Thank you, Dr. Adesola and Dr. Fagbemi, for coming on the program with us. It's a pleasure to have both of you here with us.
You're welcome.
If I may just start with you, Dr. Adesola, you are the national president of the ANPMP, which is a very important medical association here in Nigeria. So can you tell us a bit about, just quickly, what was your journey? How did you become a doctor? And also, how did you rise to become the head of such a prestigious organization?
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me. Association ANPMP is the Association of Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners. How I ended up being a doctor, perhaps by providence. You know, in our time, once you are a bit, you have a bit of, you know what I'm saying, brilliance in class. Teacher starts saying, this one will read medicine, that one will read medicine. And so I was one of the top boys. I went to a federal government college in those days, and I actually came out with one of the best results. And the teachers just kept saying, this one, it's medicine he will read, he must read. So at that age, you really didn't have much choice. So people guided and we went into medicine. And today you're asking how I become the head of one of the biggest and most prestigious association of medical practitioners in the country. You see, I wanted to be a certified surgeon. I was in UCH and I found out that every now and then we are prepared for theater. You get there, it's either the doctors, half of them are on strike, or the laboratory scientists are on strike, or they tell you as little as things like there was no gas to sterilize the drapes and cloths that patient or the surgeon. So got frustrated and moved back to Lagos. Actually trained in the UCH, University College Hospital, Ibadan. And I wanted to do the residency in surgery then. So I moved back to Lagos and they went around picking skill in surgery. See, I got satisfied with what I picked. And somehow I ended up working with one private hospital or the other until 1999 when I actually started mine, the Prime Healthgate Medicare. And of course, being a member, I also had to be, close to the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, the ANPMP. And every now and then I've been at one post or the other in the association. Also the Nigerian Medical Association, I've been a member of the ESCO in Lagos. And people kept saying, no, this guy is good, you cannot go. You need to take more responsibilities until I became the National Secretary, the Secretary General in 2012. And I was there till 2016, and I said I was going to rest. And some people were saying, look, you cannot go yet. So I ended up coming up as the first vice president, 2018 till 2022, and eventually got crowned me at Ibadan. Coincidentally, that was where I was trained as a doctor. I was in year 2022, and here we are today.
Oh, that's fantastic. So would you say, would you say you have a fulfilling career as a doctor here in Nigeria? What would you say are the highlights? What would you say are the downsides? And what are the kinds of things you want people to appreciate about doctors today on this Doctors Appreciation Day?
Yeah, I will start with the first part. Fulfillment, well, it depends on how much contentment as a virtue that God has given you. Me as a person at my own level, I will tell you, well, I'm fulfilled. Whichever way we look at it. I dabbled into quite a number of surgeries, and the outcome has always been very smooth. I've been so trained to the extent that one of those so-called mighty surgeries when I was in usage, thyroidectomy, that when the professors want to come and do a case, everybody will be running it up and down. Today, some of us do it like lumpectomy. We do it under local anesthesia. So when you do each of those cases, The moment you finish, you will feel some kind of joy come over you, come into your mind, and you have saved another life, and you are very happy with yourself. But when it comes to the monetary aspect, the compensatory aspect, it is almost zero. I will not say zero because I know I can feed myself, I can feed a few of the people around me. I've been able to achieve one thing or the other. But then outside that, you can never match with people who were never your match when you were in school. People that will come to you to looking on to you then. People that were envious of you in the class. The people who dictate to you, who can pay your fee today, who can afford so many things that you cannot go there. So in terms of fulfillment, I will not say totally yes. It is really on the low side, despite the fact that as an individual, I feel to some extent more fulfilled. But a number of other doctors will not tell you what I have seen. And on the other side, God blessed me with 3 kids. And at the beginning, they were all talking of becoming doctors. And then all of a sudden, I came back home one day. My wife was telling me, talk to your daughter. She seems to have changed her mind. Talk to your son. And then one after the other. And this girl was just in secondary school, maybe about 13, 14. And she could dare tell her mom that, see, your husband work from morning to night, you go and say he's working. And when we get back to school, now all our friends will be telling us they've been to Sydney, they've been to this and that, and we are just here. I mean, I'm not reading medicine again. So that's one of the low sides. Even as young as she is, she could compare how much work her dad was putting in and how much the income that was coming in. So this is one major aspect that's been, a dark side. And in Nigeria, not even now that things are so difficult. And the Naira, when you earn it now, it carries little or no value. So things have gone deeper and deeper. Imagine the same little girl just graduated this year at the Lincoln University in the US as the best graduating student, but unfortunately in computer science. So I'm talking to you now, she's gotten a job. So they are moving more and more away from medicine because medicine in Nigeria is not rewarding. We work around the clock, we don't get fulfillment. And that is the more reason why Nigeria should learn to respect those of us that are still hanging around this country. I was in Sydney in Australia, October last year, and there were 3 booths where we had conference. People looking for how to recruit doctors. If I wanted to go, I would have started per annum, converted to Naira in Nigeria, about 200 and something million per annum. I would have started with. That was good enough for me to have jackpot. But some of us are here, and we know we are not appreciated. In a number of occasions you attend, you will look at senators introduced, local government chairpersons, even councillors on your street. They are far recognized, far before you remember there's a doctor somewhere there. Yet that is a doctor that you can run to 12 midnight, can run to 3 a.m., many times without even having the money to pay. And you remind him, it's a humanitarian job. You remind him, oh, don't worry, my people will come and pay. And how many of them come back to pay? So we are sacrificing so much, and it's not as if we are all choiceless, but we believe all of us cannot abandon this ship. Already we are sinking. And some of us in leadership position believe we need to do some rescue operation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's fantastic because I think it's very, very poignant what you've said and very, very true. We need to make sure that we are appreciated. People who have not left, so many have left. The brain drain in Nigeria is beyond anything. So that those people who are here, who are actually staying behind to save lives, truly need to be appreciated. And I want to say for a fact that we certainly appreciate you, Dr. K. We appreciate your leadership. We appreciate the work that is you're doing. And I'm hoping on this Doctors Appreciation Day, you'll receive a lot more in terms of appreciation, particularly from those your patients and things who are listening and perhaps are catching, getting to know you better. But we do appreciate you, and we do expect that Nigeria and Nigerians will appreciate doctors a whole lot more. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Fagbemi, for being here with us on the program. Just to get your own perspective, you are the Lagos State head of the Guild of Medical Directors, which again is a very important and prestigious medical doctors association here in Nigeria. Can you tell us about the brain drain? Why do you think, I mean, obviously we've heard a bit about the financials, but why do you think doctors are leaving? Is it just the money alone? And what do you think can be done to bring our doctors back? Is there a way that people could appreciate them more, that even without financials, that you think would impact our doctors? Why are you still here?
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Pamela Ajayi. Thanks for inviting me. Why are doctors leaving the country? It's multifactorial. One, economy is a major part, because the state of the economy, an average doctor wants to give himself or herself at a certain level of life, of this type of living, and also they want to have job satisfaction as well, and they want a secure environment. And you will agree with me that many of these are not stable in the environment right now. The cost of living is pretty high, and the remuneration for doctors is pretty low. And many doctors take care of their family, send their children to a very high standard. You know what to do, you want to practice what you are taught in school. These equipment are not available, or some of the drugs are not available, or not affordable for the patients. So definitely you don't have the good job satisfaction with that. And then the security of the environment also. Most times in the morning, you pray, you get back home, you are thankful.
So why is it still
compare
here?
with other.
Yes. Why are you still here in Nigeria as a doctor practicing here in Nigeria?
Yes, one is the passion, and then the focus. I've always had the passion that I have to do my best for my environment. I have to do my best for my society. And then when I started my clinic, I started in the semi-rural area. I mean, target has been quality. And over time, the quality of service in that environment has improved considerably, because I always try to make sure that we put more. I feel that yes, we're in Nigeria and Nigerians deserve the best of care available. So that is the reason why I'm here, and I'm not thinking of going. So yes, the first 10 years of my practice, I thought of leaving the country, but I give myself some conditions. But after the 10 years, I settled down. Because I've been in practice now for about 39 years. So I settled down, and I felt that I had to give my best for the country. There's nothing wrong with going out of the country. Nothing wrong in that. Go out, go and acquire skill. But we should try and come back. Endeavor to come back. So in our coming back is what will improve the quality of care that we give our people. But if everybody goes away, then what will happen? We leave it the healthcare to charlatans and quacks, and we never improve.
Yeah, no, thank you. And
but
so
it's very necessary that you come back.
What are the kinds of things that you think the government can do to better appreciate doctors, to encourage doctors to stay behind and to stay and serve our people?
Well, first thing is to improve the economy. The economy needs to be improved upon, and also the healthcare sector. And to me, what will help the healthcare sector to improve economically is health insurance, universal health coverage. That will bring funds into the healthcare system and be able to give better pay to providers, and be able to equip the hospitals and the facilities where we'll be able to have better job satisfaction. Training will also be possible, not when you are struggling to maintain your services. You're able to have fund available for training. People can be sent out of the country, come back with skills. And so then, of course, security of the environment is also very, very key. So economy,
Yeah, very,
security,
very important.
and medical fund.
So, Dr. Adesola, the president has just released an executive order. Are you aware of this? What are your thoughts about it in terms of how do you think it will improve healthcare in Nigeria?
If you're talking about the most recent one I'm aware of, talking
Yes.
about the clearing of medical and pharmaceutical wares from the ports, I hope
Yes.
we're on the same page. And if that is it, of course, it's going to really impact greatly on the healthcare delivery system in the country. Why am I saying that? It is when you can imagine, the way things have been at the port, situation whereby you want to import maybe a theater light and you end up paying like you are, importing the.
Yes, you said that it's a situation where you're importing it's like the situation where you're importing a theater light, but instead you're actually importing, you're paying as if you're importing a chandelier.
Yeah. Yes, that's and in that and which does not really apply. We are seeing a situation whereby what the president has just done will give a lot of relief. That is if they allow this to get to the end users anyway, not some intermediaries. And of course, like I can appreciate you with the move you have been making interacting with the Nigerian Customs Services. I was at the last interactive session with them, with the headship of the Nigerian Customs Services about 2-3 weeks ago at the Customs House in Ikeja. And that effort is something that goes a very long way. You have been able to, for now, at least it is agreed that we will be having a corridor. That would be a special corridor for earthwares to come into the country without the stress of being overburdened with excess or too much charges. And some of those things are actually going to, quite a number of the items will now be able to come in free. And if we can imagine that kind of a very vital meeting coming shortly before the president assented to this other one. And with this now, it's going to be like synergistic. And that will further give the top ranking officers of the customs the more reason to see with what you championed that very day. And we believe very strongly that very soon we should be able to start feeling the impact of this. And that will also percolate down to the patients, because whatever equipment you are bringing in, whatever drugs, especially the pharmaceutical products that are being brought in, if the charges at the customer at the entry point is drastically brought down, we expect that to also reflect in the prices. And when I buy my drugs at a more affordable price, it will be very unfair of me if I now still go back to something very unbearable by the citizens. So at the end of the day, it's going to impact all around on the health sector. It's a very good one and we welcome it.
Thank you very much. No, the Healthcare Federation is trying to do its bit. Healthcare Federation of Nigeria is also trying to do its bit for the country. But I think what is also important is that we are all working together in terms of what we need to do. And hopefully, what we would really like is that this issue that doctors are having in terms of not having the appreciation that they need, which cuts across, not just from financial, but as you had mentioned earlier, some of the issues to do with practice, being able to practice the level of practice that they want to be able to practice, and to make sure the patients can afford it as insurance, make sure that all of these things come through. So unfortunately, the time is fast spent. And while we appreciate you and we appreciate Dr. Fagbemi and we appreciate all the doctors that are listening to the program and beyond, we'd like to know if you have any last words for our listeners. Dr. Fagbemi, do you have any last words? And Dr. Adesola?
Yeah, from my own end, I would just want
to...
Dr. Fagbemi,
please, Dr. Fagbemi, go ahead.
Okay. On this day of Dr. Addition Day, I want all our citizens to know that the doctors sacrifice their time, their energy, even their family life for the promotion and sustenance of the health of the citizenry. And the least we expect is to at least to give you some considerations and respect, not assaulting doctors when things does not seem to go the way it's expected. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for new video updates.